What? Wait a minute. This video claims that wealth today is more concentrated in the hands of a small group of people than it was when we were ruled by kings with almost absolute power.
Even if it's true that wealth inequality is the same today as it was during the French Revolution, people today are still many times richer. If our standards of living have significantly improved but wealth inequality has remained the same, that suggests to me that wealth inequality doesn't matter all that much. By today's material standards, the average person 200 to 300 years ago lived a pretty miserable life. Deirdre McCloskey, writing in 2010, estimated that in 1800 the world's economy stood at the present level of Bangladesh, and the average human consumed a mere $3 a day adjusted for cost of living. Marian Tupy and Gail Pooley cite economists who estimate that nearly 90% of the world's population lived in extreme poverty as late as 1820, defined less than $1.90 per person per day. Today, less than 10% of the population lives in extreme poverty. Our average life expectancy is decades longer and we have more food, as noted by Johan Norberg, who writes that the French and English in the 18th century received fewer calories than the current average in sub-Saharan Africa. These are just a few of the many improvements we have seen in our standard of living. One reason I don't like comparing wealth inequality today to that of centuries past is because not all wealth is created equal. A king whose wealth is invested in a gilded palace and diamond throne is not the same as an entrepreneur who owns factories that produce consumer goods. Ludwig von Mises writes that a big difference between today's world and that of centuries ago is that industry used to primarily serve the needs of the ruling class. But after the Industrial Revolution, industries began to produce things that could be purchased by the general population to satisfy the needs of the masses.